Today, girls, we're talking about ratios. Ratios are kind of like fractions. Do you guys remember the three ways you can write ratios?
Like a check mark, like a
Sit
fraction.
down. Sit down, Bex.
You could do like 3/8. You could do 3 to 8.
Do it where it looks like a fraction.
3/8. Where else?
3 to 8.
The colon.
And then 3 to 8.
And then the word. Okay. So what's the difference between a ratio and a fraction? There's not a lot. Okay. A fraction would be like a number compared to the whole. Out of the whole. Yeah, and then a ratio is just comparing two different groups. So if I did boys and girls in here, so we got 4 and 5. Let's see, a couple people are got. We'll just use these. So the ratio, the fraction of boys in here is 4 out of the total 9. Okay, or the fraction of the girls is 5 minutes, right? But what if I said, what's the ratio of boys to girls? 4 to 5. So, which you could write like this, or you could write like that, or you could write like that. And just like on a fraction, you know, if the ratio is like 4 to 6, just like on a fraction, you can reduce that, divide by 2. If you're not sure whether something reduces or not, or how to reduce it, you can just put it in your calculator as a fraction and it equals. If the bigger number is on top, your calculator would probably turn it into a mixed number, which is not a ratio. Like, this would be 3/2, right? Your calculator would write 1.5. There's a way to turn it back into an improper, but anyway. So if the ratio, girls, if the ratio of boys to girls was 2 to 3, does that mean there's 2 boys and 3 girls? What does it actually mean?
For every 2 girls, there's
For every
2 boys, there's 3.
For 2 boys, there's 3 girls, or for 3 girls, there's 2 boys. That is comparison. So in actuality, it might be like 4 and 6 or whatever. But anyway, okay. The other thing I need to mention before we jump in here is when you have 2 equal ratios like this, it's called a proportion. So you know how like the amount that you eat is normally in proportion to how big you are. Like if you're a little kid, you don't eat very much. So
A 6-year-old man.
What?
60-year-old man.
Oh, I thought you said a
Old
6-year-old.
people don't eat that much either.
Yeah.
A 16.
You're short.
It's a 16-year-old boy eats a lot more because they're still growing. But in general, the bigger you are, the more food you need.
But I'm past.
You are what
I
you
eat as much as
You
that.
are.
Eat as much faster.
Or more.
I'm not chocolate.
Okay, shh. So, for example, like a 5-year-old child might eat, let's say 7 ounces of food, but I'll say a 50-pound kid. A 50-pound kid might eat 7 ounces of food at lunch, but a 100-pound kid might eat 14 ounces of food at lunch. So this is a proportion. The ratios are the same. Yeah.
I don't think that kid's eating enough.
7 ounces, that's for 50 pounds, that's probably about right.
If you want him to be big and strong.
A pound of food, remember a pound is 16 ounces?
Yes.
So 7 ounces is almost half a pound of food, which is quite a bit for a 50-pound kid.
13 pounds of steak.
He'd be like big and strong.
Anyway, that's not a,
More like big and
that's just an example. Okay, number 1, you guys ready?
Wait, is it?
Have
Is
you guys
it
read the
recording
assignment
still?
down already?
Is it recording still?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna be on YouTube.
Sure, thanks.
Cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry, nobody will watch it.
We're gonna be famous.
Just Macy, maybe.
We're gonna be famous to
Oh,
22 people.
I wanna be on YouTube.
Number 1. On a recent homework assignment, 8 students got an A, 10 got a B, 6 got a C, no D's or F's. So write the following ratios in lowest terms. What does lowest terms mean?
Reduce.
using the word to. Number one, the ratio of A's to B's.
8 over 10.
Right.
8 to 10.
8 to 10,
Four
there are
to
8,
five.
which is 4 to 5. So if you want full credit, you gotta write that one.
Does it say the word, use the word to?
Oh yeah, it does.
I saved so many people.
So many. No, I wouldn't count it.
Um,
Number 3, the ratio of A's to students in the class. There's 8 A's. How many students?
24 kids.
24. So 8 to 20, does that reduce?
Um,
1/3. 1 over
Yeah.
1 to 3.
1 to 3. So if they said students in the class to A's, that would have been 3 to 1, right? And even though on a fraction we might turn 3 to 1 into just 3, on a ratio you need to keep it 3 to 1, like to compare the two different things, like the students to.
So we have to write them both down?
No. I'm saying if they had said it the other direction, like students to A's, the answer would have been 3 to 1. But you don't change a ratio into a whole number. You just keep it a ratio. All right. Anyways, number 5, unit rate. So have you guys ever gone to Walmart and like looked at the prices and then like on the top, like a box of cereal might be $4 and then right below it says unit price? You guys ever seen that before?
No.
Well, you've never been shopping before, probably
It's a
for
big
groceries.
market.
I don't know.
Okay, when you become adults, this is what will happen. They're not just Walmart, but other places. But it'll say the price is $4 for this box of cereal, and then below it, it'll say the unit price is 17.9 cents per ounce. Why would we want to know that?
You know how much we have to pay for an ounce?
Because if I'm comparing it to, if I get this big box for $4 and this little box for $3, which one is the better deal?
$4.
Okay, well, it depends. So on the unit price, it tells you like this one's 17.9 cents per ounce. This one is 18 cents per ounce. So this one's a little bit better deal. Anyway, the unit price compares how much you're paying per something, per ounce, usually, but so you can compare, because a lot of things are different sizes, you know, they have a different amount of things in them, so if you can't tell, you can just look at that. Like they might, if you buy cups, it might say 3.5 cents per cup, like plastic cups or something like that. But anyway, it just helps you compare prices. Well, here's a unit price you guys know. Every time you drive by Quick Trip, there's a big sign up there that says gas is $2.79 per gallon, right? So that's a unit price. It's how many dollars do we get for one of these, or how many of these do we get for one of those? Another example is my car gets 34 miles to the gallon. So that's a unit price. I get this many miles on 1 gallon. What's another one? I don't know.
Calories per serving.
Calories per serving, that's a good one. All right. So on number 5, it says somebody scored 85 points in 5 games. So we're supposed to write the unit rate. This is not money, but unit rate. So basically we want to know how many points did they get in 1 game on average. So how do we do that? Yeah, it's kind of like reducing. You basically just divide by the 5. 85 divided by 5 is 17, I think. 17 points in 1 game. That's the unit rate. You're getting 17 points per game. So the book, I think, probably wrote it like this. Points, yeah, they did.
Hold on, what number are we on?
Per game, number 5.
Number 5 already?
Where are you at?
I didn't even.
That's
He
in
was
the negatives.
in La La Land.
He's in the negative 19.
So 17 points in one game. That's how they wrote it. Okay, so on number 7, you got paid $370 for 40 hours of work.
That's not a lot.
How much are you getting paid per hour?
Whoa.
So what do we do?
Divide.
Divide by 40. So
Yeah.
this might be a good calculator
I knew
problem.
it.
I'll get that. 16.
Yeah, you know.
Anna, what'd you get?
16.
9 what?
I mean, not 25.
925. So what does that mean?
That's not bad.
$9.25 per hour.
You got paid $9.25 per hour.
I'm pretty lazy.
All right. We are skipping 9 through 12 and going on to 13 because that's the assignment basically. Okay. You guys remember that from last year?
Yeah.
What did you do? Do you remember?
multiply, or you divide 70 by 5, and then however many, like,
Yeah, okay, there's 2 ways to do this.
Yes.
The way you did it last year, which will remind you. You say 5 times what equals 70? It's the same as 70 divided by 5. And then 4 times that number will give you x. That keeps the ratios the same. Like if you multiply, kind of like fractions, you multiply the top and bottom by the same number. Okay, but we gotta learn a new way this year because the problems are harder, algebra problems, basically. This one you could use your 7th grade method on, but we need to learn a new method. If you ever have 2 equal fractions, sit up, Paxton, or 2 equal ratios, you can solve it by something called cross multiplying. 5 times x is equal to 4 times 70. 5 times x, 5x, equals 4 times 70, 280. You guys see how we did that?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a really hard trick, as long as you remember it, it's fairly easy. And then we're back to the last chapter, how do I solve for x?
you divide by 5.
Divide. Now might be a good time for a calculator. 56, okay, and that's it.
Oh,
That was fun.
Gosh.
Okay,
So Jordan is
are ready for 15? So, since I did one of them, now you guys can help me figure out how to do this one. 9 over 5 equals 1800 over z. 9z
equals 9,000.
equals,
just
yeah, you're right. Actually, you might be able to do this one in your head.
Is 1,000.
That's 1,000, yeah.
Yo.
What is going on, guys?
You should sing us a song.
Should I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do your work and stop talking.
Dang it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Go, go.
Someone who added saxophone solo to that, that'd be the best song. But don't add EDM music, that'd be weird.
Alright, now what do I do?
16
16g equals 14.
Which equals 1.14.
Okay, I don't really want to,
It's just 14 over 16.
yeah, it's, yeah, divide by 16. 14 over 16 though,
Oh, then you divide. You can reduce.
he reduces, divide by,
Yeah, agree.
yeah, divide by 2.
Sure.
Anyway, yeah, sub number 8. Now, if you put, let's see, what is that, like 0.825 or something like that? 0.875, right?
Oh.
No, 1.14.
No, you did
Oh,
it.
wait,
You did it upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful that you don't put the wrong one on the bottom.
Francis, why?
I'm trying to read what
Yeah.
Okay, number 19. I think where you jump to the hard section at 19. Well, harder. I'm not worried about it for you
I'm
guys.
kind of scared it's gonna be
You
hard.
should be.
We're special
We are professional.
in our special way.
I'm gonna say a special one.
Okay, you guys see what's different on 19?
2W.
2W, that's different. But we're not going to do anything different.
We just,
Just 45.
it'd be 90.
90W?
90W. Because order multiplication doesn't matter. 2 times 45 times W. 2 times 45, 90. Equals,
36
Oh, that's-
times-
Magic.
So he was a
I think that's 180.
180.
You guys might be able to do that one in your head too.
Is
Take
that
that.
you?
How many times 90 go to 180?
2.
2.
What? Monkey.
That's what we do.
Xander likes calling me an autistic monkey for some reason.
I mean,
That's not funny.
Stop laughing.
Why are you laughing?
Hey, do I really?
well, I thought you were talking to Issa. I was not gonna agree.
Yeah, I was talking to Issa though. But I'll rush you too while I'm at it.
Okay, now we're in trouble.
I'll fart in your face then.
What?
Girls.
What?
Girls.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I can do this one.
Any ideas on this one?
Oh yeah.
it'd be
I was gonna.
one.
I was gonna say that.
D minus. Yeah.
27. It's not. There's no D.
27 times D minus 1.
27D minus 27.
Yes.
Okay.
You're not multiplying by 20, just that, you're not just multiplying the D by 27, you're multiplying all of it by 27.
Mr. Jordan, that's what I had.
Good job. 27D
I'm just kidding.
minus 27 equals, what's 12 times 18? 20, I think it's 216. And now it's a normal problem.
We could add.
Wait, is it just like D equals 2116?
No.
Oh, it's like 21.
243.
Yeah.
Alright, now would be a good time for a calculator.
Be
That's
faster.
Nice.
They gave you an
I
error.
hate you.
Be faster.
Oh yeah, last time I typed in a normal problem and it just gave me error and I was very sad.
They gave me an error just now. Nice.
Even the
Right now, my life feels
I was
like
gonna
an
say
error.
something to her, but that's mean.
What?
Well, not mean.
Maybe your life is an error.
That's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say something.
even the Olivia
I'm
boy.
saying
No,
this
it's
one.
no, it's
What?
it's
I'm
not.
I just want to I was just smiling at your mouth.
You are.
Okay,
No,
23.
You don't even know.
Alright, a little bit bigger, isn't it? N plus 1 over 15,
Stop.
n minus 1 over 12.
So 12.
I'm gonna give you guys a 15-second head start on this
Oh.
one. Mark, set, go.
Wait, what are we supposed to
I
do?
give up.
Solve.
Don't we just cross and multiply both ways?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wow, don't sound dead.
But what if I don't want it?
That's illegal.
Try it, Grant.
Sorry, I thought I was doing it.
You thought you were doing it.
No, I mean like I was doing it instead of my thought, okay? So I don't want to be mean.
Well, actually, it's Aitz's job to be but whatever.
Nobody hired her for the job. job, she just volunteered.
LOLXD. Not funny. Didn't laugh. Monkey.
Grant.
Wait, would you Irish cop 15 and then 12?
That doesn't work. Is it not?
No, you can work this one.
Right? Did you get that part?
Yes.
I did it. I did it. I actually did it, bro.
Yeah, you are.
I should have wrote it down on my page. Like,
What?
Did you get this part?
Yes,
Wait.
sir.
Why would it be 12 then? It'd either be
I got it.
minus
the
1.
answer is 21.
Woman.
12 times n.
My hair stuck.
What's the end?
She forgot about the
12 times
distributive
one.
property. What's a funny?
Oh, wait, I did 12 plus 1. I don't know.
What the?
Is it?
Well, you tell me I got it right.
Wait.
Katie?
Now, what do we do when the ends are on both sides?
Subtract.
Bananas.
Oh, wait, I can. Yeah, I need to divide.
Negative 30 and you going.
Or 3 and,
It's
Minus
12 equals
and then you add,
minus.
you add 15, and then it's 27, and then it's 25 divided by 3, then you get
13.
It was 9.
What is it?
which
13?
is
Okay, yeah.
27.
I was right.
Oh no, what is it?
I'm actually decent at existing.
You're not supposed to. Are you?
I was. I did it right.
Why?
I'm not telling you.
Oh.
She
Okay.
said I'm actually decent.
I don't know.
9 equals n.
Bless
You
you.
guys got
I
that.
feel very blessed by that.
Okay, are we done with that? No, we got one more of those. 25, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Burger?
Burger.
25. Okay, does anybody want to try to help on this one? Okay, Grant?
I can try.
Alright,
Okay, so cross multiplication.
Right.
Both ways.
yep.
Okay, so basically 4q plus 1 times 14.
Okay,
I don't have a calculator, but yeah, it's pretty big.
alright, 14 times 4 is 56.
Okay, 56q plus 14 equals 7 times 7 minus 2q. And that is 49 minus negative, just normal 14 q. I thought that was an A for a second.
We're done with the cross multiply, now what?
Magic.
Magic.
math.
Yeah, what's the next magic step?
Math.
Math
It's
is
the
Q minus
same
14
Q thing. Q is add.
I would do. Could I subtract 56q?
Yeah.
Yes, I could.
Yes.
But I usually go with the option
That's how
that
the mafia
makes it
works.
positive.
Oh, that is quite a
Then you would do minus 14 on this
Q
one.
equals 2?
No, this one a lot of people get wrong.
Change.
35 equals, yes.
Okay, what's the last step?
You divide, and that is 2.
No.
Oh wait, you don't divide.
Put it over,
Sorry. Negative.
Okay. 70 divided by 35 is 2. That's not what this is.
Oh yeah, you have to do the
35 divided by 70. So, since I know 35 goes into 70 twice, I divide by 35, right?
Yes.
It's 1/2.
Whoa.
It's not 2, it's upside down. It's 1 over 2.
That made me angry and I want to.
0.5, yeah, that's fine. If you put 0.5, it's okay. That's what your calculator would give you. Okay,
I liked, or 19.
you like those problems?
Yeah,
Good.
I liked it.
27 says unit rates. What, have we seen that before?
I do
Yeah, we saw it on 5 through 8. So, here's the thing on this, on 27 though, Paxton. It says by we're buying a package of 12 rolls of paper towels for $16. So the question is, how much are we paying per roll?
So $6.19.
So, yeah, we still want to turn the 12 into a 1, but basically we, the money's gonna go on top on this section. We wanna know how much we're paying per whatever. So I'm gonna divide by 12 basically on this. So on 5, the difference is on 5 through 8, they always put the second number second. And on this one, they put it first. You guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
They wrote the
Kind
number.
of, not
On the
really.
problem, they put 12 rolls for $16. So I don't want to know like how many rolls I can get with $1. I want to know how many dollars does one roll cost. I want rolls on the bottom. I want the money on top. So I need to divide by 12.
Oh.
Which was like negative.
Yeah, so we're talking about money, right? If we do $16 is being divided by 12. So what should we round
8
to?
over 6? Question mark?
No, money doesn't, we don't use fractions on money.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what are we rounding?
What should we round to if we're talking about money?
That's
Years.
Cents.
Cents, the nearest 1 cent.
But, and
So
Which needs to be
what would the answer be then?
$1.33.
$1.33 per roll.
payroll equals biscuit equals.
What?
29. Buying a $36 shirt and getting a second shirt of equal or lesser value free. So basically, how many shirts are we getting for $36?
2.
2. So it's $36 for 2 shirts. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm
Round to the nearest.
no. Well, if I needed to round, I would, but
You divide by 2.
divide by 2. Because we want to know how much is 1 shirt, basically. If we're paying for 1, but we actually get 2, then you're really paying, divide by 2, $18 a shirt, right?
I'm confused.
It said you're buying 1 shirt for $36, but you're getting a second for free. So really, we're paying $36 for 2 shirts. So really, we're paying $18 per shirt.
Okay.
Divide by 2.
Wait. I get it.
Does that make sense?
I'm thinking, were you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, that means the entire world heard that Xander called me an autistic monkey.
That'll probably just be Macy.